everybody? What up, 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 what up? It's your boy, Music is Life. So, we talked about it on the stream once before. We're doing things a little bit different. Sundays from now on. I thought it'd be fun to do a vlog, man. Me and a couple of homies of mine. Gonna be talking about a couple of different shows. Right now, we're gonna start off with the first show that we have all been watching lately because it's pretty freaking solid. Pretty freaking solid. So every Sunday around 1 p.m. We started a little late today. Had some technical difficulties, but it is what it is. We here, right? So we're gonna be talking about a bit different shows every day on the podcast. If you ever miss a show here, you can always go check out on the YouTube page, Music is Life. But Music is Life presents Turntable Talks, featuring your boy Kev and Lava, man. That's what we doing. So, say hey, fellas.
Yo.
Hey.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my Lord.
So, if you guys don't know, the show we're talking about is Invincible. It's an Amazon Prime show. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you should go get it specifically for this show. Because the
there's like 3 good shows, and this is one of them.
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
This is one of them.
This is one of them. I only know of 2 good shows. I don't know what that third one is yet, so I'll have to go back. I don't know. I've heard Handmaid's Tale is pretty. It's out there, but it's pretty good. So I haven't seen that one. But Invincible is definitely one, and then you can go watch The Boys, and then
Wash this off.
and then I don't know anything about Handmaid's Tale. But yeah, so we'll record it here. If you guys ever miss an episode, you can always hop on the YouTube page. Well, every week, once a week, every Sunday, we'll do an episode. Today, we're going to start with episode 1. My good sirs. Episode 1 of Invincible. I think there's, 5 episodes out now? I don't know if a new one dropped this week or not. I didn't check.
6 just dropped Friday, so we got 6 episodes.
I didn't see the 6th episode yet. I didn't see that one drop. So, but all we're going to be doing is talking about episode 1. So, we're not going to give you any spoilers about what's coming on, what's happening. Yeah, we just talk about stuff, man. We'll just talk about stuff, right? So I took some notes. Where did my notes go? That was the question. Boom.
See, DJ, that's what's wrong when you do all that electronic notation.
Whatever. I got them. It took me 2 seconds. They're right here. I don't want to hear it.
Man's
Take you
prepared.
back to school.
Laying out the paper.
No, I haven't used pen and paper for schoolwork, and I don't, since I was in high school. You know how long I was? That's 10 plus years ago, dude. That's the last time I used
You don't
pencil.
need to tell everybody.
You got jokes now?
I mean,
That's
I
what
ain't
we doing?
trying to write unless there's autocorrect, bro. Like, come on.
Facts.
You're living in the past.
Facts. Even when I got to college and I started
The
having.
thing is, you know what you're writing? Even if you spell it wrong, you know what you're writing.
You're right,
You
but
may not be, you look and be like, does that say acceleration? You spelled it.
I
you
guess
know
it
what
could
you
come in
meant.
handy if you're scared someone else is gonna see your notes, so like they'd have to go and decipher it.
I mean, but
Like
I had a
acceleration,
Mac.
You got an X.
I had a Mac that I could just talk into, and it would write everything out for me. Like, I'm not writing a paper anymore. What do you mean?
Touche. That's a solid point.
Exactly.
I think I would ever.
I'm working smarter, not harder. Karina's with you, Kevin. Pen and paper all day. Man,
See, it helps you remember things better.
I
That's the thing
agree.
about pen and
I'm not
paper.
trying to study this, though. I ain't got no test tomorrow. I ain't getting graded on this.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But also, you can just jot it down real quick, It ain't nothing.
I guess. All right. Let's hop into it, boys. Name of the show's Invincible. So I'm not going to play any of the episode in here, chat. I'll scroll through it so you guys can see screenshots and different things like that. But they not finna get me for no copyright issues. Nope. No, sir.
we ain't about that.
We ain't about that life. I don't have Amazon money. So I'll just show you pictures. We could do still shots.
Dog,
What?
let's talk about those first 2 security guards, man.
I'm
Holding
for it.
down.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I honestly thought they were just some fodder characters. Man. Lava and I were talking about that. And it's just like, how whenever a show starts and it's just some basic dudes with no superpowers complaining about superpowers.
And then they end up becoming a part of the earth because
Yeah. I
Yeah,
swear that
man.
the security guard Steve, right? So he was going on about his foster son or whatever.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like there's so many shows like death flags just flying everywhere, coming. Like I was like, this guy's dead. This guy's dead in 2 seconds. Let's go. Like,
oh, he's
I'm
got
ready
a
for it.
family that loves him. Dead.
They're not even paying attention to the people they're waving into the White House.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what kind of security is this?
Yeah,
this is not.
They're like, go ahead. Like,
oh, it's fine. You're good. It was like
the White House, man.
You do realize the president of the United States is in that house behind you, and you just letting people waltz in like it's no bit. Like they could have had a bomb underneath that car. You didn't check for nothing, dude. Nothing.
Important conversation to get to, man. I guess they were like, priorities, right?
Yeah, so much. They are so high that you almost let somebody die. Like, nah, get out of here, man. This is not what this is. This security is worse than the security before 9/11 in America. Like before that airport security. That's what they had letting people go in through there. I was just like, yo, come on, man. You gotta do better than that.
Come on through.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what now?
I'm not gonna lie, they caught me off guard though, because I wasn't ready for all the cussing to just drop right as soon as we loaded into the first scene. Like this is like what 10 seconds into the show, and they started dropping F-bombs and stuff. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah,
what?
Like, that
was the first sense you get where it's like, this isn't an ordinary cartoon. Like this is definitely, if the 18 plus didn't get you, like that definitely,
Yes, yeah. Like it was like, well, I definitely know why it's 18 plus now. Like, yeah, I could see it. I get it.
Dog, I like the teamwork that they were displaying in that first part of the episode though. Like whenever they're like the two clone dudes pop up and they start fighting, and it's like, all right, then the 7, what are they called? Whenever
Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the Globe. They are the Dollar Tree Justice League. Dollar General.
Inspired. Pretty much every single one of them is like got a Justice League-esque power.
To an extent, yeah. Or a combination of different Justice League powers. Like that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's one way to see it. I just know like they pop up and then they start working and they're doing their thing, but their main focus at first is definitely like saving people.
Definitely
they
don't even really fight them like until they get everybody out of there,
which is smart. Like you minimize the amount of casualties that they have, and they're always super strategic about everything. It's like, yo, this dude is like the Flash. He can get everybody out super fast. You concentrate on that. We'll keep these away from people. We're not going to for real fight them yet, but so yeah.
I think my favorite part was when the Immortal or whatever his hero name is, he like throws some hands against these the Molar twins, I think.
Yeah, that's what they are.
But he doesn't like commit to fighting one of them. He'll throw a punch just to stagger him, and then he'll grab a guard and throw him into the air. Like
yeah.
Like he's like going back and forth between like staggering the dude and then throwing a civilian or whatever into the air to get him out of the way. So it's like really smart on his part, especially. And
then you got Omni-Man just like flying him out of there afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I like how cocky Omni-Man was.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
that's because Omni-Man is freaking, he's Superman. Like let's be real. Like they have the Guardians of the Globe, and they have like inside the Guardians of the Globe, they have their own version of Superman, but like Omni-Man is the real Superman of the entire world. Let's be like he's Omni-Man. Yeah. Like he has that type of cocky attitude that Superman has when he's ever just floating somewhere in the air, just like sitting there with his cape blowing in the wind and crap. Like that's what Omni-Man is. He is that guy.
Yeah, man. And he like made it very clear as well. He was like, I had that, bro. Like I remember one of the guards was about to drop and he was like, I had that.
Yeah, he was like, I was gonna get him.
Dang.
Well, see, here's my thing is like Omni-Man seems like an outcast. Like, why isn't he a part of the Guardians of the Globe? Like, why didn't he show up when they first showed up? He didn't show up till later after the fight had already started. So that's my first question. It's like, like if there's this whole superhero team, are you too good for this superhero team? Like, what's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
That's a good point.
That's my question.
He did show up just kind of like raw as crap, and then like Batman was like, Darkwing. Not Batman, Darkwing.
Darkwing.
Which put some respect on Darkwing. This man was about to give up his like whole life. Like
yes.
So
yeah, man. And then he's like, he throws those things at the little blocks that are about to fall on Omni-Man. He's like, I saved you. And he's like, I don't know about all that.
yeah,
Some rocks? You think some rocks gonna kill
he
me?
doesn't even look. He doesn't even look until Darkwing like flies away. Like he's just like, what? There was something dangerous back there? Like what?
What was
Come
it?
on, bro.
I just felt a
tank.
breeze. Just felt a breeze. Yeah, but even then, so they're fighting. Darkwing saves a civilian and is getting ready to get crushed by a giant tank, and Omni-Man comes and helps him out, but Darkwing never says thank you, like once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
that's kind of
he
like
said thanks by saving him back is what he thought.
no,
He was
so
like, "Oh, you
nah.
got
First
my
of
back,
all,
I got your
no,
back."
no. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Man was like, "You're welcome." Like,
Yes.
cocky as hell too. Like
Yes.
he said that. Like
This is
and I'm
yo
sure
Pat.
he
This
would've been
show
like,
is
"You're
called
welcome."
Invincible. You need to check it out. Invincible.
But
like, I just don't understand.
He's Batman. I think that's like, if you know who Batman is, like you can kind of like see some parallels. Like
Yeah.
kind of like he's in this team, right? But he's kind of like lone wolf in it, you know. So like he's not trying to like be like thank you this and like yes sir, no sir. You know, he's like all business. You know.
I get that.
Makes sense.
I get that, and I would agree with that too. That's why I say it is very much so the Dollar General version of the Justice League. I think so much of this compares to the like even the animation, like it's not like a normal cartoon. This is not like Avatar: The Last Airbender type animation. It looks like the Justice League, like with Green Lantern. Yeah, like the animation of it is just made for superheroes. So I was like, yo, what is this? Did we just rip off the Justice League? And then Dollar General Justice League shows up. I was like, oh, so we are ripping off the Justice League, except for they didn't have a Superman. That was Omni-Man. Omni-Man was the Superman, and he's just so disconnected from them. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But I mean, like,
it doesn't seem like
what? Go.
Like in that opening scene, he just doesn't seem like the Superman that like everyone's used to. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely.
I mean, he's not Superman. He's not Superman.
No.
I think that's the point that like we should be like taken away from this.
I agree. I get it because he's not. Superman. I feel like. I mean, he puts up a front like Superman. Like I said, like he has the aurora of I'm here to protect the world and everyone, but he doesn't put up the same aurora as like, yo, teamwork. Like we gotta do this together. So
yeah. He's like a more humanized Superman, I think. Like, you know, Superman in the comics and like every other thing, he's kind of like this shining beacon typically, while this guy's more like, if you had those powers, that's how you would act. You'd be smug and like cocky and kind of a dick. Like,
and that's what I
don't know, man.
That's what he seems like.
Probably so.
The first time I see Omni-Man and he's like not, I don't think he was necessarily being a dick to the Guardians of the Globe, but he was definitely standoffish. And then the only time you see him the first time you see him not being like that is right after this fight scene, and he flies home, and is like,
yeah, man,
yo,
he's so
kisses
cool
his wife.
Yeah, like
they're so cool, bro.
He has a wife and a son at home, and it's just like, oh, hey, I'm a normal kind of dad. I just happen to have superpowers, and this is my wife, and I love her very much. Like,
and this is my son, and like I don't have to keep my identity a secret from them.
Yeah, I fly home in my superhero suit. Like, they know who I am. Yeah. This ain't.
He's like, oh shucks, I forgot to get the groceries. Like, I'll be right. Like that junk is just ridiculous.
I feel like that was an utter display of cockiness to me too. The fact that he doesn't hide his identity from like his family, because
he doesn't I mean, it's kind of Superman-esque too, because Superman doesn't really wear a mask or anything. Like, he just kind of takes his glasses off.
But say he has the glasses. Duh, you can't tell who Superman is with glasses on.
But my man Omni-Man, he doesn't even like do that. All he does is put a suit on. Like, anybody wouldn't recognize this guy. Like, I think he would appreciate someone recognize him, if anything, really. Like,
I don't know.
Scared. So
I think that's what it is. That's the.
I mean, I kind of view him as being like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna recant that statement. I'm gonna take that out there.
I'm just
But,
he's the ultimate. That's the ultimate flex. Like I don't have to hide my like. That's every superhero's weakness. Is like, yo, if you don't have any weaknesses, I know your family. I can get you that way or something like that. You know. But Omni Man, it's just like, you gonna do what? Like to me, that's what that's saying.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying. Just saying.
yeah, for real. And if they did come after their family, I mean, like his wife probably would take him. Like she's probably like the most strong-willed person. She'd probably just beat down anybody. You know, like
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Grab him with that
or at least
wooden
talk him
spoon,
down.
brother.
If she had superpowers, I would be afraid of her.
Oh yeah.
I would be afraid of
Hit him
her.
with that wooden spoon.
Yeah, and I say that because, like, yeah, cool. Her husband is Omni Man, but like, she don't put up with no type of bull crap. Like,
Yeah.
you got to tell me, like, there's no way. But they got a teenage son that's in high school. He's like 16, 17. So they've been together for at least like 18, 20 years. And
then the first time he gets his powers.
I wasn't even at that part yet. I wasn't even at that part.
I just know, man.
But
well, I was thinking like, man, like this woman is like probably she's been around the block, you know, like out of anybody, she's probably been with a super powered person for like the longest. You
yeah,
know?
and that's,
so like he's literally just she's not even scared. Like she sees that like the White House is under attack, and she's like, oh, I guess we're not gonna be having breakfast together. That's all she's not afraid. She's not like she doesn't like she has full confidence in him, and like she's like, well, everything's gonna be fine because dude's Omni Man. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. It's like you got all this stuff, and like you're gonna tell me at no point in your life did they not have an argument? Like, and I guarantee you she didn't just back down because that's who he is.
Yeah,
like
she don't seem like no weak
person,
just like the way she speaks.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like
she doesn't pull any like thing
talking
to him at all. Like
we've been married for been together for 20. I'm gonna say 20 years. They don't give you an exact age, but they're married. They got a son that's in high school. He's at least 16, 17 years old. Give it at least 9 months for that. So I'm gonna say 18 to 20 years. They had some arguments. Shoot, I've been married for 4 years. I've had arguments already. Like, I know, and she ain't got no bruises. She's not broken. She's not dead. I know she put her foot down at some point. It was like, Omni Man, nah, we ain't doing that, player. So, yeah. But, what do you guys think of Mr. Grayson there when you first meet him? Was it Mark Grayson?
He's cool.
I mean,
man.
I think he's a pretty ordinary kid. I mean, I think they wrote him really well, honestly. Like, he's definitely got like an inferiority complex because like he doesn't have his powers, you know, at the beginning of the episode.
I mean,
and he's really struggling with life, I guess you could say. But
wouldn't you be having an inferiority complex if your dad was
like inferior? I don't know, man. He seemed pretty confident. Like he stood up to that bully without his powers.
I think, but that's just because he wants powers. You know what I'm saying? Like when you want to be that person.
I think he has a hero complex because his dad, but he just doesn't have have confidence in himself. You know, so
I guess.
So
I don't know.
I could get with that. I would have an inferiority complex if my dad was Omni Man. Like, dude, he's the strongest person. Period. Like, just the strongest person. Like, who finna whoop his behind? Let me know. I'll wait. I'll wait. Nobody. It's like, and I want to be not all kids, but like most kids want to grow up to be somewhat like their dad to an extent. Like you have some type of father figure or something in your life. You're like, yo, I want to grow up to be like this person. My dad just happens to save the world on the daily basis. Yeah.
The most famous man on the planet.
I mean,
yes, I want to be that person, but I don't have any superpowers. Like I can't. That's trash.
The moment he gets him, though, he's not afraid to jump into any action. He's like, oh, some cement-looking dude on the street. Let me just try and jump him. I don't know how to fight, but let me just give it a go. I got superpowers.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, some dickhead with a laser. Let me just give it a go. I've never really fought laser beams. I don't know if I can even take a laser beam, but here we go. My dad does it. Like,
I agree.
It just seemed like he wasn't like, I could see how he had like something to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder, but I don't necessarily see him as like lacking confidence as a result of having that chip.
No, I don't think he lacks confidence, but I do feel like he thinks that
He's got a lot to live up to.
Well, yeah, I know. I think he understands that, but I think he feels like it's gonna come so easy because of how easy his dad makes it look. You know what I mean? Like his dad has been doing this for so long, and he's so strong. It's like, yo,
yeah, he doesn't sweat anything, and like he just completely like has it integrated in his like life. He'll like fly home and like just he won't be at the dinner table. Like Mark and his mom will be talking, like, and just a split second later, oh, there's dad sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he just fought a dragon in Hong Kong. Oh, cool. Like,
yeah. It's like,
who? He's just sitting down drinking wine like a second later. Like, dude, come on. Like,
because I'd have been like, wait, you're not finna pass by that. Like, you just didn't say that. What do you mean you just fought a whole entire dragon in Hong Kong? Oh, yeah, it was fine. It was like 5-minute fight.
Nonchalantly, like the most normal thing. Like, oh, I just fix the pothole in the yard. Just no big deal. Like,
yeah. All right, so let's talk about so Grayson, obviously, he doesn't have any powers. Mark Grayson, when we first see him, Kevin brought it up. He got his butt whooped for this girl because there's a bully in school picking on her.
Whose name is Todd. Can we talk about the names real quick? Because I feel like that's got to be like a little homage to like just Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, who are both Robin.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that
relationship with each other, man. They have that little rocky relationship.
I didn't even think about that.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just Todd and Grayson, and like it could have easily, man.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
I like that.
Whoever
maybe it's nothing.
No, man.
Nah, it's something.
Big into comics and stuff. There's definitely
something
there.
You have to be.
For you.
It have to be. Like, you look at, there's just too many connecting points. Like, the Dollar General Justice League is all of the Justice League. You freaking, man. Nah, it's too many connection points. The animation looks like it.
You, bro.
I like that. I like that. Okay. I see what you did there. But yeah, so he gets beat up by this kid. The girl comes and, like, saves Mark by kicking the dude. Get homeboy.
As hard as she can.
Dude,
that jump back,
didn't she? I thought it was like a field goal she was going for, because that dude is not having kids ever. Ever.
Goodness
gracious. If anything, I feel like Todd here might have superpowers, because the way he walked away from that shit, like, I don't know if I could have done that.
He's taking a lot more than that in the DC comics.
So he doesn't have powers, and the next thing you see is, like, after he gets beat up, you see him at work. And that's when he first gets his powers. He's taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Taking out the trash. He throws one bag in there. It almost falls apart. And he's like, whew, almost locked that one. And then he goes to throw the other bag, and it sends it into orbit. And he's like...
on accident. Like, I'm just trying to casually lift it into the trash.
Yes. So it's like, I'm just going to take this. Well, dang. So Grayson...
Could you imagine for a second, like, what... Like, what if he was, like, picking up a baby as his powers, like... Think of that shit.
Oh my lord.
That would be awful.
He's like patting his boss on the back, man.
And sends him flying into a wall.
See you tomorrow.
So yeah, he gets his powers, and then he comes home, and he and his mom are having dinner because his dad's off doing superhero stuff. Then he's like, and then he comes in. I think that's when he was fighting the dragon in Hong Kong.
Yeah. He just got back from fighting the dragon, yeah.
So then he comes back, and he's like, yo, this was my first red flag. He's like, I got my powers. And, and the dad was like the tone of his voice when he asked, are you sure? Like, Omni-Man doesn't seem too happy about it.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't seem happy, but...
His wife even had to, like, nudge him, like kick his leg or something,
yes,
kind of like get him to like, hey, like be proud of him, like talk about this with him,
I don't know if like that's why, like I just feel like he just seemed concerned is what I feel like I don't know if he was like unhappy. Maybe he was unhappy. He just, to me, he seemed like you could see something was up is what I'll say.
Yeah. This scene happens a little bit later, but I think it's like kind of necessary to talk about now since we're talking about this. He kind of talks to Deborah about that he doesn't really like the fact that he got the powers at such an old age, like he's like 17, and maybe like the reason for that is because like maybe he's just like it would have been easier to transition him when he was younger, and maybe having the powers like as an older like child might make it a little bit more dangerous, or like it's just speculation. But
I don't know, man. Like some Halo shit where like you just like get better at using them over time when you have them as a kid growing up with them.
Yeah, I could see that, like something like that maybe.
Like a language. Like most kids who are bilingual, you teach them when they're younger because it's easier for them to grasp it when they're bilingual type of thing. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why he'd be so upset about him having his powers.
Yeah.
I mean,
we might just have to wait for an explanation on that one.
Yes.
But there's definitely something like mysterious going on about him getting the powers at this age, and why his father's acting the way he is towards him.
I'm thinking because his dad tells him, "Hey, yo, you'll get your powers." They usually get it around puberty, and definitely before your 18th birthday. So he got it before his 18th birthday, but it's like it was still very late. He was a late bloomer. I think part of that is because his dad he's a Viltrumite, so. And his mom is human, so he's not completely human, like maybe, and he's not completely Viltrumite. Maybe that's why he got him later. That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
But
yeah, he's half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
maybe humans go through puberty late in comparison to Viltrumites. Like,
could be. Maybe Viltrumites are like women. Women on Earth go through puberty way sooner than men do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know, but that was my big first red flag. It was like, yo, why are you not so happy? Like, I don't think he wants him to have powers, and he gets really snippy with his wife too about it. Like, Omni-Man gets really snippy with his wife, and it's just like, yeah, she wasn't. That's how I know she's a G too, because she ain't flinched at that at all. Like,
yeah, because like right after he finds out that his son has powers, they pretty much like Mark goes and like does a little bit of midnight training or whatever because he's excited as hell.
That's what you want to call it.
Of course you would be. Like, can't wait. But then the next day, his father's teaching him, and it's cool because he's like, you're pretty much like teaching a kid how to walk, pretty much. So he's like, pretty cool little experience for him.
A kid that you get to punch really hard.
Yeah, punch really hard.
That's so bad.
So like, I don't know. I like the contrast in the parents already, because like whenever the mom finds out and he's talking with the mom, she's like, "Look, you don't have to be like the greatest Omni-Man. You don't have to be like your dad. You don't even really have to be a hero if you don't want to. You just have to be the best you that you can be." And like you can take that however you want to, like you don't have to be a hero, you can just be a person. And then like the dad is just like straight up like, yeah, you're gonna have to like, you're gonna stumble along the way, you're gonna be afraid, but as long as you can push through it and do what needs to be done, it's like, dang, like you're just telling them like, this is what you're gonna do, this is what you are here for, this is what you're made for.
Yeah.
And like, and he's being cool about it. He's not like being a bad like role model or anything about it, but it's also like he's not really giving him any kind of choice. He's like, this is like what you're gonna do.
I don't know. He reminds me of one of those. Sometimes Omni-Man reminds me of like one of those overly involved sports dads that's way too involved. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like one of those sports dads who's like, I didn't make it to the league, so I'm going to make sure you make it to the league. Like that's
going to be me.
That's funny. That's what he reminds me of. Like, especially with this it's day one training, and he's trying to teach this kid who got his powers yesterday how to freaking fly and fight all in the same day. You don't think like, can we just learn to walk first? Like, can we just learn to walk? And like he
wants to punch him.
Yeah, then he gut punches him like halfway through training. It's like first of all, he can't even fly yet. You know how he lands? By making craters in the earth. That's how he lands.
Straight, like nose diving into the ground.
And then you come up and you just gut punch that dude. It's like, yo, you are literally still the strongest man on the face of this planet. Like, chill out, dude. Chill out. And that
to baseball with him.
He did throw a baseball. First of all,
That's some good father-son bonding right there.
Who plays baseball? Who plays catch around the world?
Nah, man, that's that real game right there.
Literally around the world. Now, when they were doing that, I was just thinking, I was like, what if that baseball goes through a plane or something? Like, because that ball is literally traveling around the entire circumference of the world into the other person's hand.
I mean, when Mark threw his ball, like, to his dad, it literally took, like, the top of a mountain off.
Yeah. So it was like, what? You can't.
Shrug.
Yeah, it was no biggie. Yeah, there's people out there.
There's another mountain.
But I don't know. I feel like he pushes too much sometimes. It's a little bit much.
And I think that the scene right after that is important because he pretty much, like, because of what his father did, like, I think it's his father kind of gave him, like, a bad, lesson there, because the next day he doesn't really punch his bully, but he really, like, confronts him. He's like, yeah, hit me.
Yeah.
Hit me. Like,
I mean, he's
harder.
like, I'm invincible. Like,
yeah, it's like
he doesn't he doesn't walk away.
Invincible.
Like, if it was his mother, like, she wouldn't have, like, advised something like that. But his, like, father, like, with the things he was doing the other day, that was, like, kind of like the similar thing where it's like, hey, like, I'm gonna punch you. Like, it's just kind of like reflection on that, I think.
His mother doesn't seem like the kind of person to back away from a bully, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, she would talk through it though. She wouldn't, like, be like, "Hey, hit me."
I mean,
you're probably right.
But at the same,
but Omni-Man with his cockiness and, like, his, like, I'm the strongest. That's what he would say. He's like, "Hey, hit me."
My name is Omni. Like,
look, hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I had a bully, granted I never had a bully in high school or anything like that, but if I had a dude pushing me up against a locker, I'd have told him to hit me too. And it's not like that dude. He didn't have anything more than 2 brain cells. Let's be real. Like, Todd is an idiot. Man. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
He wasn't dumb enough not to run away after he, like, punched the guy as hard as he could, and he just didn't even move.
Yeah,
like,
he just took it.
He was smart enough to understand what was happening. Like,
he punched him in the face as hard as he could too, and was just like, again,
do it again.
I'd have been like, bruh. I'd have been like, whoa, man, it looks like I can't do anything to him. And even if he can only barely hurt me, that's not good news.
No, it's not. The fact that I'm punching you and this is not doing nothing to you, like, nah, player.
As hard as I can.
I'm out. I'm good. And that's when he left. He leaves and calls him a freak. But it's like,
I wouldn't have said nothing.
Nah, nope.
I'd have been like, dang, man, I guess I am weak, man. I don't know what.
My bad, player. You need me to go iron this.
This morning.
You need me to go iron this shirt that I put the wrinkles in for you? I'm sorry. Let me brush this off of you real quick. Like, nah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But
you truly are invincible.
Yes, I do like how they do that too. Like, I think a good thing about this is because we do get to see him fight the son, fight 2 different villains, and it's not like he has this drastic power leap like in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first villain he fights is literally
like street level.
Yeah, like, he literally just got his powers and he still doesn't know how to freaking fly, but he's jumping straight into, oh, I'm gonna fight crime already. It's like, yo, like, you don't know how to walk yet, my guy. So as he's flying in, he's flying into buildings and
that cement guy literally
about that fight
he just flew into him, like, over and over again.
Yes, that's it. Which fight scene? The cement guy fight scene?
No, the flight scene.
Which one? The one where the first one or the second one?
The one where he first gets his suit and he's invincible.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about the first one,
bro. No, I'm talking about that flight scene though. That is
when he gets his real suit, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, man. When he gets that real suit, like, that's just a clean flight, dude.
Yeah.
With, like, the music and
the animation is really good, like, and the soundtrack with it, definitely.
Agreed. I just like the fact that they don't give him anybody, like, he's not going from, hey, I just got my powers day 1 to a week later, I can take out block level entities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing that. He's still only been taken out fighting, like, street level.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are fighting, like, these villains are, like, tanking bullets, maybe, like, blowing up some cop cars.
Yeah. but
So
they're
what,
They're not
like,
destroying entire buildings.
no,
yeah,
They're not on the. They're not building level.
no,
yeah,
no.
they're not dragons in Hong Kong. Is what I feel
No.
like that's like the main point.
I think that's really good about this. So like it's not just a drastic power creep, because I hate when people do that. I hate when shows just like, oh, hey, episode 2, I can only fight the bad guys from Spider-Man, the villains that he normally fights, but by the time episode 4 rolls around, I'll be able to take out Goku at Super Saiyan 12, and it's like, no,
Yeah,
dude, like
Galactus,
what?
I just slap away Galactus. Like,
Yeah.
no problem, bro. Like, come on.
No. So I think the power creep is good, and I do like the show in him. Like, yo, he did do some training with his dad, so he does know how to fly. He's still not, in my opinion, he's still not very strong at fighting. Like, he's just strong because he's a Viltrumite and they're naturally
Yeah.
strong.
His
But
powers are carrying him completely right
yes,
now.
like his skill is next to nothing, but
Yeah.
he has power, so he can get away with it. Yeah.
Also, like, just how calm his dad is about all of this. Like, his dad flies in after he like takes out that cement dude, and he's just like, "Come on, let's go." Like,
Well, he was
just
because he had to
doesn't even-
talk to him. He was like, yo, you just caused way more damage than you should have, because you can't fly. You hit 18 buildings to go take out this one cement dude. Come on.
Yeah. Literally could have slapped
straight
him
up
into the
just like-
ground and ended it right there. Like,
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't ready. But then
and that scene where like he's training to land after that, like after his dad kind of chews him out, and he goes and meets the suit maker guy,
yeah.
and he's like putting holes in his backyard. I think that's probably like my favorite scene in the whole episode, because his mother Deborah like really like gives him a good talk, you know, like something he really needed, I think, to kind of like, you know, ground him a little bit after this whole thing, because you know he's been wanting powers forever, and now he has them, and he doesn't really know how to use them, and he's already like kind of, I want to say threatening his mom, but like, you know, getting, you know, kind of close, telling him like to make him go to bed or whatever.
Yeah, she was like, it's time to go to bed. He's like, make me. She's like, does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel good? Because I can't physically make you. And I was like, yo, Deborah ain't no.
Mom.
She is no. Yes.
She ain't no joke, man.
Duh.
And the thing is, like, I mean, at some point that would have happened regardless of having powers, you know? It's like,
nah.
At what age?
Nope.
I don't know. I'm just saying this, man.
Nope. Not without powers. Not without powers.
I know that, like.
Yeah, but he went from a skinny little dork to like the like second strongest person on the planet, pretty much.
But you were saying, I don't know. I wouldn't even give him second strongest yet. I still feel like the half of the Guardian of the Galaxy.
He's not there yet, but like I'm just saying, like he, like potential wise, like if he can rise to his dad's level, you know, he's there, you know, like
his dad could still check him just like any normal human being's dad can still check
yeah,
him.
I'm not arguing that.
I'm just saying the parallel is still there, where like at some point you realize, okay, my mother isn't strong enough to actually make me do things.
See,
like I'm not saying that like you go out and you act like a hard ass because of that, or like you're gonna like, well, make me because of that. You still have lessons to learn if that's the case.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I feel you.
I'm just saying, like, him having those powers doesn't make this like not a normal family. It's like still a pretty normal family.
I feel like it does. I feel like it does, because like him having powers changes everything, because even without powers, yes, I'm bigger than my mother. Yes, I am stronger than my mother. But my mother told me day one, when I started getting taller than her, she was like, I don't care how big you get. I'll take a 2x4 and knock you to your knees. And I was like, you know what? I believe she will. Now, she can't threaten him like that.
No weapon that is going to work on this man.
She has no weapon. My mom is
get a bulldozer.
My mom is all of like 5'3" on a good day, maybe 5'4". I'm 6'2".
DJ, do you think your mom could take you if she had a 2x4?
I think my mom's stronger than
With
she lets
nails
on to
in
be.
it.
And
With some nails.
I think I don't want to find out. How about that?
Ooh. You get on the end of them nails, brother. She ain't gonna kill you, but she gonna drop you to your knees. Put them nails in it. Ooh, that'll drop you down,
And,
brother.
Can we talk about this? One of the coolest, like the style, like I think one of the coolest, like style, like lies things in the show is that like it doesn't happen every time because it would be kind of annoying. But like there'll be like one time in the episode where like the word Invincible is about to be said and it goes title card. Like pretty much, it's like super cool.
Yes.
Man, I love it. Like
I love
like
that.
it, man.
Oh my goodness.
I like it.
Oh, it's like, I am invincible, and then it pops up across the screen. That's the name of the show.
that is
I
dope.
think that's pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's just a good transition. Like
Yeah.
it'll happen like at the middle or like in the end of the episode, and you get the actual title of the show. Like typically that happens at the beginning, you know. Like
Yes.
so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Just randomly pops up there.
I agree. I think that's pretty dope. So we had the second fight where he actually gets his suit now. He has a legit suit, not running around in pajamas. He fights the laser dude. And then after he fights the laser dude, he's like, "Who are you?" And then you get the title card, Invincible.
Invincible.
And then after that, the whole ball dropped for me in this episode. Like,
you get to meet the Guardians of the Globe.
Red
like
Rush.
Yeah,
like he's a really cool character, honestly. Like, you know.
Yeah.
French.
Honestly, I don't know if he's like married or like dating this woman that
that
like,
Russian
they're
chick
going on a
or
picnic together.
Czechoslovakian chick or whatever she is. Like,
yeah, something.
yes.
She got an accent on her.
Yep. And it's pretty cool that this guy can just like go and do superhero things in the middle of his date, like without her even noticing.
Dude, the fat Red Rush and her having a picnic. He goes and beats up a villain and is back before she even blinks, dude. Before she finishes a sentence. How, Sway? How do you run across the world, beat up a villain, and come back? Like, that is nonsense.
He just didn't have enough time to take his costume off, so she got a little mad.
I mean, yeah. She's like, I can't even hold your attention.
He might even be as fast as Dash.
Really? Really? Really?
He might even be as fast as Dash from The Incredibles.
This guy. Red Rush is the only one that I feel like is a legit, not necessarily a knockoff brand of like the Flash, of like one of the characters from Justice League. I feel
he's
like
pretty much identical.
Yes.
Like, all the other ones are kind of different, but he's pretty much identical in like both the way he looks and his power.
Yes.
Like,
it's like, hey, would you like a cola or would you like a Pepsi? Like, they're very similar. Obviously, one's a little different, but they're very similar. And that's how I felt about Red Rush when you first see him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time you see Red Rush is
he's not going so quick anymore.
Right? Because they're having that picnic after the Invincible cutscene. Right. They're having that picnic, and then he gets a call for Guardians of the Globe, and all the Guardians of the Globe meet up at headquarters, and they're trying to figure out what happens.
Man. And the moment they were like, "Who summoned you? Who summoned you?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I already knew, because that's the thing, man. If you don't know who summoned you, some shit's going down.
Oh yeah, you definitely know what's going down for sure. Like,
yeah, but I didn't think it was.
One of them was suspicious. Like they knew something was up. Like,
yeah, well, they thought something was up. They were like, "What's this?" Oh, Darkwing. They're like, "Darkwing, you summoned us." He was like, "Nah, pimp, I ain't do this. What you mean?"
I'm just the slowest one.
I didn't. I ain't got superpowers.
All you guys fly.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't.
I'm just slow, man.
I didn't summon anybody. What are you talking about? And then, what is the main Guardians dude?
Even summon
Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal. So Immortal standing there, and then you just see like a side shot of this figure coming to punch Immortal's head off, and Red Rush pushes him out of the way, and it's like, Omni-Man, like, what?
I like how he started with Immortal as well.
Yeah,
I think that's smart because Omni-Man is smart.
Yeah,
I gotta take out one of the strongest people.
And he's just he's just like strong, but he's like a good fighter. Like, I don't think like any of the other heroes in this series have the skill that he has. Like, he shows like skill. Like, with everything he does, like finesse too.
What Warrior Woman or whatever her name is?
War Woman.
War Woman.
Yeah, War Woman.
War Woman
She
she has some skills too. I think she just relies on her mace too much, which comes back to bite her in the butt. But
But I want to talk about how Red Rush was straight carrying the team, man. Like he saved at least like 2 or 3 of their lives right off the bat.
He saved Immortal.
Yeah.
And then he saved the
Aquas.
fish.
Yeah.
Yep.
He saved Aquas.
Yeah.
And then if you look
I think he might have also helped War Woman because he was fighting War Woman like Omni-Man, and you see Red Rush come in, and then like Omni-Man has to like elbow Red Rush kind of out of the way, like or something. He does something because he's coming at him.
He like caught his punch. I honestly think he blocked that punch, bro.
Oh really?
Like,
is that what it was?
I'm about
that
to
might have been right,
real quick,
but he definitely got in there. Like he was actively fighting, while everybody else was doing stuff. Like Red Rush was always doing something during the fight, while a lot of the other ones were kind of like standing around, kind of like maybe chucking batarangs or something, like shooting a little bit of water.
Standing there, not vulnerable. Standing there as a ghost.
Yeah, it gets. I don't know, dude. I will say, okay, so generally, any superhero show that has an Aquaman type character,
oh my god,
they're generally straight utter trash, in my opinion.
It's literally a joke. If you watch The Boys, you know.
Yes. Yes, but I will say
is not
this Aquas, like the joke part of him is the fact that he's a giant fish. But he's actually kind of strong with his powers. Like, if you actually watch how he uses his powers, like, they don't suck.
The does push Omni-Man a little bit. He makes him, like, push him back a little
bit.
Yeah,
he has to brace himself. He's not just, like, running through that jet. Like, he hit that homeboy with hydro pump, dude. And he was not just running through that. So, like, he's not just completely useless on land because he can only talk to fish.
Has got some power to them, or like some kind of hacks ability that makes them, pretty impressive. Like, top, like they're the best heroes in the world. They're the ones that everybody like calls on.
Ooh, look at that cut, DJ. I just looked at the screen for him.
Oh yeah,
clean cut, dog.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
you.
Yeah.
I see you. That's a clean cut, bro.
So the question is that I still would like to know. And you guys can toss out your theories. Why is Omni-Man doing this? Because he doesn't just fight the Guardians of the Globe. He murks them. And when I say murks them, he curb stomped them. Like, one man went and took out, 7 of them? 8 of them?
7.
There's 7
of them.
Now there is no more of them. Yes. There is no more of them. Like, I think that's what really got me. It's like, yo, this show is definitely not for kids, is when he first takes out Red Rush.
Oh,
like,
God. if you don't
get... That scene was so brutal, dude. And what messes it up is like literally 3 minutes before this happens, he's talking to that woman.
Development out of all of them. Like...
Yeah, and he's just like, whenever I'm talking to someone, it's agonizing because 1 millisecond is like 10 years for me. Like, you know how long it takes? And then they're like, okay, now we're going to show you this nice thing happening, nice and slow. Like,
so do you realize how long that was probably going on for him?
I mean,
like
on screen, it was like 10-second like thing, but in real time, it had to been like a second because they were all charging at him, simultaneously.
His glasses were dropping. And like, they didn't hit the floor yet.
Yeah. But like,
either way, that's enough time for him to go like save.
It was an hour of him sitting there in pain. I know. Like,
oh, for sure. For sure.
Why didn't he just kill himself, bro? I would have just been like, fuck that.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like,
he put some hands on Omni-Man though. Like, he probably
he did. He bruised up all of his chest. Like,
Omni-Man was spitting up blood, man. Like, he had some hands, dude. Like, I mean, he broke them.
Even if
both his hands, but
even if not, like, even if he's not that strong, force equals mass times acceleration. So that man might not have a lot of mass.
Bro. It's that velocity that really matters.
Yes, like he might not have a whole lot of mass, but he has a ton of speed that he's throwing at your behind. So
that's it.
Like he bruised all of Omni-Man's chest up. Like I just
he broke some ribs, no doubt.
For sure. Omni-Man was smart. Like I know he went after Immortal first, but it was smart for him to take out Red Rush first.
He was saving everybody. There was nothing he could do. Like he's faster than him. Like,
yes,
or at least like comparable in speed. Like
he's
the same speed.
I think he's faster.
He's faster.
He has to be faster.
I'm just saying that like because he caught one of his punches after he landed the punch. Like he punched Omni-Man in the face and then he grabbed his wrist. Like so he's got a comparable amount of speed. Like it's not.
But if you watch that junk, man, he was waiting on that punch, and I think he set him up.
Yes,
because like he takes the first punch. Takes the second punch. Then he looks this way. He's like, "Come on, sucker, I'm waiting for it." And then it comes, and he's like, "Gotcha." Ass,
so I think it was more of a trap. He had to play smart because
he might not have as much movement speed. So like when he first tried to like punch Immortal, Red Rush went across the room to push him out of the way.
Yes.
While Omni-Man was like about to punch him. So he's faster. But like Omni-Man's hands can move, at a pretty high speed.
He got them hands, bro.
Yeah, and he just had to predict.
Smarter.
He was like Kevin was saying. He had to predict when Homeboy was finna punch him. Like that's what I'm gonna take a couple of these punches so I can figure out his pattern. All right, he's gonna come here now, and predicted it.
He literally looks in the opposite direction. Like, I'm actually on this scene right now. I don't want to go further than that scene.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't need to see that again, but.
If you guys don't know,
you're right. He does move his head and then without even looking, grabs it.
Yeah.
He looks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you to be so fast, you're so stupid.
And then he proceeds to crush his skull, and that's
everyone.
And everyone was like, "No!" Like we don't know why we're having to fight. They don't know why they're having to fight Omni-Man. I don't think they weren't necessarily the best of friends. Yeah, they weren't necessarily the best of friends with him, but they weren't expecting to have to fight this man like this. Like, yo, you've helped save the day with us before. We don't necessarily work as a team, but I wasn't expecting you to show up here and try to murder us all.
Yeah, they even thought someone was like controlling him.
Yeah, he was like, they were like, he would never do this.
Yeah.
So they have an idea of who he is as a person, or had an idea of who he was as a person, I should say.
Right. I don't know, man. I would just tried to get out of that vice, bro. I would have maybe came out looking like a cone head, but
there's no getting out of that.
You weren't. Yeah, he wasn't letting you go. And he was doing everything he could to get out of it. I would have thought he would have took his feet and started kicking him in the chest. Your feet are strong. Your legs are generally smaller than your legs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you better hit him with that Liu Kang across the street with the kicks.
I think if he had lifted his feet off the ground, he would have just gone up or something. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
That junk just needed to be that.
Yeah, Omni-Man didn't even fly during the whole fight. He was just kind of grounded, just kind of whooping him, even not even flying. And you've seen, him flying around, catching people faster than Immortal could.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I don't know.
Just why? Was he just making a statement? Was he just testing his powers? What was?
Why was he?
Doing?
Yeah.
I think he was just. I would say he was having fun. Honestly, I think he was having a good fight, man.
Bored.
Probably the first good fight he's ever had. Honestly,
that
just
dragon
took the
was
7
bored
strongest people.
I don't know, dude. I don't know why he did it. I still want to know why he did it. He just murders all of them. And
doesn't say a word. Most times,
he didn't give you
might have a monologue or something. He does. He breathes heavily at the end. That's about the only thing he does.
And then passes out.
Yeah.
And then man.
And then passes out.
Those deaths, man.
So my question is, I guess I don't know. Is he killing them because of his son getting powers? But if that's the case, what does that have to do with him? Why? I don't get.
Does he want his son to maybe take the mantle, or of what they were? Maybe he wants him to be the next, hero or something. Maybe they're in the way, or I have no clue, man. We're gonna have to wait and find out, I guess.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But that I will say when we get to that scene, because the whole thing before then felt I was like, oh, this will be a decent superhero movie, or cartoon to watch. It'll be another Justice League. I used to like that. I loved Young Justice. This will be another one I can throw into the series of me to watch whenever I want to. but then like
with a little bit of cursing.
Yeah, with a little bit of cursing. It's not that bad. It's cool, more adulting. And then they get to that scene and everybody just starts dying. And it's not just that they die, it's the way.
The most
it's
brutal,
the
like,
way
he's
die.
headshotting all of them. He's literally popping all their heads.
Like, yes, that's what he was doing.
Man.
It's like slicing their heads off. Or no. What he does to Darkwing, he like grabs his arm and like flings him down. Like he looked he reminded me.
His head,
yes.
Like a pinata, man. Like
he reminded me of the Incredible Hulk when he's fighting Thor. Who's Loki?
Oh,
yes, and he just starts fighting them from side to side.
Yeah, man.
I was just like, what the?
Except he's just like, nah, man, just one splat is good enough for this loser.
Dude,
I mean, he's not a.
Another thing I really like about like that shows off Omni-Man's like, you know, intelligence is that probably the only person besides Red Rush that could have like escaped him was that green ghost chick.
Yep.
Because she could phase through stuff, right?
Yep.
So like he throws Darkwing at her and she catches him, you know, which was pointless. But like she catches him because it's a comrade, right? Like, and then instantly realizes I'm dead, and then he punches a hole through her head.
Yep.
Like, so
right in the stone, bro.
He doesn't even have to think about it. He just does it. Like.
He's smart.
And none of them saw any of this coming at all. Like,
no, he's stupid smart about knowing how to take out his enemies, especially those type of enemies. Like I said, it was smart for him to take out Red Rush first because realistically, if he doesn't take out Red Rush first and he starts taking out the rest of the team, he can't.
Red Rush took himself out, bro. Red Rush should never have tried to fight a man that calls himself God. You don't fight a man who's like, I'm God. Like, why would you fight that fool?
I get it.
Well, we don't really know if he's omnipotent or omniscient. Honestly, like we don't really know
but
which one it is. Like we're both
he's cocky.
Like...
and he seems to back it up. I mean, most of the time, cocky people don't back it up. But when this dude is like, he will one shot all of you.
Yeah. And if it's a two-shot, the first shot was just for fun. Like, that's really, like...
He definitely should have played more defense, but my thing is just, even if he couldn't save everybody, like, if somebody else starts dying on that team, like, Red Rush could go alert the whole world. Like, I'm not saying the whole world could defeat Omni-Man, but you know what I mean? Like,
a video of, like, you know, that he could have been recording or something. I don't know, man.
Letting like
brought that to the feds. Or
something. Like, Omni-Man is out here. You guys think he's the world savior, but he's actually taking out the Guardians of the Globe, and we are the world savior. Like, we help each other out, help you people on the daily. So it's like,
the only problem with that though is if Red Rush would have left, all of them would have been dead in like 10 seconds. Like,
and so they would have been dead sooner. It doesn't.
If it wasn't for him moving them out of the way of his punches.
They just would have been dead sooner.
Yeah.
They're already still dead. Does it really matter?
I just feel like he should have just landed them 2 licks and been like, yeah, man, fuck you.
I'm out.
Like, I'm out.
Yep.
He went in for the third one, man.
I think
he had to go in for the third one.
Maybe this is a bad way of like saying it, but if say everyone in I'm not calling like the Guardians of the Globe dumb, maybe because it seems like they had good teamwork and stuff in the beginning of the episode, but there's that the Martian guy, like I can't remember his real hero name, but he's from Mars.
Yeah,
like Martian guy. He can like stretch his body and stuff. This dude wraps himself.
Martian Man is his name.
Wait, what was it?
Martian Man.
Martian Man? Okay, good. That's easy to remember.
Wow, they just dropped Hunter. They just literally dropped Hunter.
His name is Martian Man. You got Darkwing, Martian Man.
They literally just dropped Martian Man Hunter. Did they drop the Hunter portion of...
Honestly, Green Ghost powers more like Martian Manhunters, though.
It's her powers are more like that. I agree.
They got like the same powers, bro. Like
no, Martian Man could like stretch and like. I mean, like, oh yeah, you're kind of right. I get what you're saying. Like, they split Martian Manhunter's powers between the Green Ghost and the Martian Man.
Yeah, you're right. But either way, this guy put like I guess the one vulnerable area of his body in reach of this guy. Like,
I mean,
because the first time he wraps himself around it, it's like Omni-Man has to like, you know, he gets him out pretty easy. He just kind of flexes, but it slows him down for a second.
Before the punches to the chest. Or was that?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
No, he wrapped himself right after Red Rush got crushed. Like,
I gotcha. Either way, man, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. Like, did you hear the sounds that they chose for whenever War Woman and Immortal were punching him?
Yeah, it was like a metallic banging noise. Like,
no, not when he punched them. When they were punching him, it sounds like
the slapping. Yeah, that slapping noise. Yeah,
sounds like a bunch of slaps, bro.
Yeah,
like it does
they
not
were beating
sound.
him
There's
down
no
though. Like
impact.
they were giving him the hands. Like,
yes,
down. Like.
It's not like they weren't strong.
I'm sure if like people were slapping you as hard as they could, it would stagger you to your knees.
I mean, the difference is though that they had to hit him dozens of times to make him pass out. Maybe, well, with Red Rush, probably thousands of times. Like, I don't know how many times he hit him in the chest, but like they hit him that many times, made this guy pass out. They're all dead, one-shotted. Like,
yeah,
done. Brutally one-shotted.
But now, against to end Martian Man's defense with his vulnerable spot, it wasn't like it was just in one reach. Like you can see it rotating around. Like he is keeping it moving as he's trying to keep Homeboy tied up. He just happens to grab it one at a time as he's surrounding him.
I would have kept it on his back the entire time, bro.
I mean, I feel you, but I don't know how his powers work. He might have had to keep moving to keep him restrained the entire time. He's probably still stretching and trying to keep, like, you don't see all of his whole body, you know what I'm saying? He's probably
saying like the entire time.
Yeah, he's probably just circling and trying to make it tighter and tighter while War Woman and Immortal were giving him the business. It's like, nah, I'm gonna have to stop this.
Time
he broke out. He was like, no, first time you broke out. You broke through this. I can't have you breaking through this again. I gotta put the clamps on you, homie.
Put some jazz on it this time.
Yeah.
Squirm around with it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So that's what like it does suck. It's like, yo, this is this giant lump rotating around me. Let me just go ahead and grab it here and rip it off. And there's Martian Man. He's dead.
Instant. Yeah. I think he got the best death though out of all of them. Like,
question. So I feel like this show can take a lot of different ways. I think that whoever that little kid is that was with Martian Man.
Oh, the blonde girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like she could end up becoming a villain now. I don't know how. She could end up becoming really smart or something because of trauma. Like she's going to find out somehow that this dude died. If it ever comes to light that Omni-Man is the killer of them, then
she's going to write him a really nasty letter. That's what she's going to do.
I don't know what she can do, man. I don't know if she's got.
I don't know.
Why was he even hanging out with her is a better question.
I don't know.
What's wrong with this?
Looks like the way she was dressed made it look like she was like some kind of orphan or something.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, maybe like he's just like taking care of her or something. Like he's a kind-hearted Martian, I guess. Like
that makes sense.
I don't know. I just want to know why he did it, man. Why did Omni-Man kill the Dollar General Justice League?
For being a ripoff. They wasn't wrong.
Maybe he was just done looking at like some pathetic heroes. Maybe he was just like, I'm done with this, man. Like
I'm tired
carrying guys every day, man.
Yeah. I mean, but he wasn't carrying them. They didn't need his help when they were fighting the twins.
They really didn't, I don't think. Nah. Darkwing would have died. That's the only one. But like everyone else, like I feel like
they had that handled for sure.
Yeah. They beat the Mauler twins. All he did was come and catch a couple of cops. Can
we talk about the Mauler twins for a sec?
Yeah.
So they start out saying some junk, and I don't know if this is gonna have like an anime strength level plot line because it's a comic book story. So like it might just stick to like your normal typical comic book, but also it's an adult comic book story. So like it could easily throw in some like political hoopla and dupla, you know?
Yeah.
So what I was wondering at the beginning, they were like, the president is targeting us. So, like, the two clones, they were like, we got to kill them and make it a spectacle. We can't just do it. We got to make sure that, like, we show everyone that his defenses are kaput and all this nonsense. And they also had mentioned that the Prez was targeting them. I'm trying to figure out, like...
So, are you thinking maybe the Guardians of the Globe are really on the bad side because they fight with the president. They've just been throwing up this look as to make it look like they're good, and really the Mauler twins are like, yo, he's been just trying to take out all of people who have powers he doesn't have control over. Because that could be
man.
That could be a long twist.
I just know, like, they said, they had mentioned, like, the president is targeting us. And I don't know who us is. Is it just clones? Is it just, like, it could be anybody?
I was thinking it's just because, like, people? It seems like, because later on, Deborah, when Mark is watching TV and he's saying that, like, his dad's at the White House, she knows who the Mueller twins are. So in my mind, I was thinking, like, maybe the president put out, like, a warrant or something, like a kind of like a, hey, like, I want all heroes to really try to get these guys, the Mueller twins, you know, because, like, they're, like, famous supervillains, right? So, like, maybe, like, it was just like he was throwing that out there, like, hey, like, let's go after these guys, you know? And maybe that's
but
why
that wouldn't necessarily say, like because of that, we gotta, like, get rid of him and show everyone that his defenses are nothing.
Well, it would probably put fear. It'd probably put fear into people, you know. That's probably, like, the main.
I think that's what it is. I could see that.
They would, like, try to openly do that if, like, if they knew that the Justice League was the Dollar Tree Justice League was going to show up and stop them. Like,
I mean, they even asked them when they were like, "Why'd you have to show up today? Couldn't you just let us have this one?"
Yeah, I don't think that they thought that far ahead. They probably thought this was going to be an easy job. They were like, one of them, like, was thinking to, like, burrow into the White House, but the other one fucked it up. Like, so,
yes, one was like, we were supposed to be in the White House.
Nah, we gotta. And that one was like, nah, we gotta make a spectacle.
I mean, but as a villain, I get that. You want to, because when you put doubt in the highest security of the land, it's just like, if they're not safe, then I know good and well I'm not safe. So you can control people with fear. So it makes sense.
I could see that.
It makes sense. But at the same time, if they had gone with what the other Mauler twin wanted to do and just burrowed into the White House, they would have had the president easy, killed that dude, and kept it moving.
Yeah. If he even lives there. Like, from what it sounds like, he doesn't actually, like, even live there. So
who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm ready.
Have a bunch of big guns, though, on the White House, which is pretty cool. They should,
except for they did nothing to them. They need to put different types of guns on there, because those guns did nothing to the Mauler twins. They were like, oh, it tickles.
Oh, but my man, the security guard, the shot that eye, man. He got that. He shot that dude's eye out, man. He's like a cowboy out here, man.
Hey, the bullets reflect on the skin, not the soft tissue of the eyeball. So, but yeah, you better close your eyelids real quick, blink real fast. No, I'm ready for more episodes so I can get these questions answered, though, because I got so many questions and no answers. And if this show is if it's gonna have plot twists like the first episode did all the time, then I am all for it.
Yeah, I mean, the episode is good, like, no doubt, and the last part, you know, with the Guardians, man, like, that was a crazy scene, and I think maybe that's gonna turn people off, but for me personally, that's, like, a huge catch. Like, that hooked me in super hard. I was like, okay, I gotta watch more of this. I gotta find out why. I gotta see more stuff like this. Like,
I feel like that took the first episode, made this show go from, like, a 7.5, maybe an 8 for me in terms of comic book type shows, easily to like a 9.5, 10. Like, just because of the way it ended, it was just like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now because of the way it ended. It was just like, I gotta go watch more,
man. Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all.
No one expected that. Like, now I'm probably gonna go back and watch, like, all these episodes over and over again to see if I can find more little details as to maybe I can figure out what's gonna come next. But it's a bunch. It's a bunch.
Yeah. I definitely like to tell anybody that's watching this again, man, like, I know there's only, like, 3 good shows, but this one's one of them, and you should definitely watch it. Like,
yes.
So,
yes.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. This is a little bit off topic, but, like, if you want to know, DJ, for the 3 shows, obviously The Boys, Invincible, and Vinland Saga is.
Oh, I've
Amazon.
heard Vinland Saga is really
you gotta
good.
watch that.
Okay,
So
I'll check that one out too. I've heard that one's really good. So that was another one I got to add to the list.
But
then
The Boys and Invincible, both superhero stories and like really good, and people should watch those as long as they're not super turned off by intense violence
and some gore every now and then.
Man.
It definitely got some gore.
I've definitely seen The Boys. That's one people need to watch.
Yes, I'll have to check Vinland Saga out. All right, boys. I think that's all of episode 1.
Yeah.
Chat.
It's a good episode.
Check it out. If you missed the beginning of the stream, it'll be on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow, but I'll have some time to upload it. And we'll get that going. But we'll be back every Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Time. Me, your boy Kev, your boy Lava, giving you guys some more Invincible. So appreciate you, boys. I think that's going to do it.
Yes, sir.
We're going to call it there.
Thanks for having us on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.